Good evening, I'm Kevin Christopher.
And I'm Nancy Cox. Thank you for joining us this Friday for LEX 18 News at 6. Well, by now you've seen her face shared all over social media and television, but tonight there's still no sign of Savannah Spurlock.
Even people who never met her are taking a vested interest in finding the mother of four. LEX 18's Lee Searcy was in Garrett County today and has more about where the search stands now in the big story at 6.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Once again, people are back here in Garrett County searching the last known area where Savannah was seen. Her best friend, SABRINA, SPERATOS, leading the charge, posting flyers in every business that will let her.
Thank you. Have a good day.
With her, two strangers who've been following Savannah's case on social media. Both felt compelled to do something, so they did.
It's just a horrible thing. She deserves better than that.
Her family deserves more than that. Her kids deserve more than that. It's really sad.
Savannah, soon missing 4 months, was last seen on security cameras leaving a Lexington bar with 3 men January 4th. Her cell phone went silent later that morning, and ever since then, no sign of the missing mother of 4, including young twins.
They're about to be 5 months old, and they're just growing, and one of them looks exactly like her. And I know she loves her babies.
SABRINA's bestie and godmother of her children hopes the not knowing ends soon. She prays some brave person will do what's right.
Like, you don't have to be afraid. Our main focus here is to bring Savannah home. It's not to, get anyone in trouble or scare anyone away.
Covering the news in Garrett County, Lee Searcy, LEX 18 News.
While friends passed out flyers, a member of Texas EquiSearch talked to people around one of 2 homes that was searched by police. The family's $10,000 reward offer ends May 15th.
A Richmond woman is recovering in the hospital tonight after she was shot. She was pregnant and rushed to a local hospital where she gave birth. Well, tonight investigators have identified a possible suspect as Tyler Gibbs and asked for your help trying to find him. Alexa Helwig reports.
Hours later in Richmond, it was still an active crime scene on East Main Street. Police say Kaylin Burton was pregnant when she was shot early this morning. As investigators comb through the area for evidence, those who knew Burton worry for her and for the safety of others who live in the neighborhood.
I just hate the way these young girls are growing up these days. It's like, ooh, so much going on. And it just makes me nervous and scared to walk the streets now.
Just after midnight, Burton was rushed to a local hospital where she gave birth. She is said to be stable, but no word yet on the newborn's condition. And tonight, police have named Tyler Gibbs as a possible suspect, and they're asking for the public's help in trying to find him.
Just see the little girl get shot and the baby. Hope the baby be okay and her too.
As locals watch police investigate the crime scene, they say this area of Richmond has had problems in the past.
I'm quick to get to my car. I don't poke around. I don't leave my keys in the car. Would I bring my child up here? There ain't no way.
Covering the news in Madison County, Alexa Helwig, LEX 18 News.
Police in Lexington are searching for whoever is responsible for a shooting that left 2 people dead.
The victims were found inside a car on Ray Street near Goodloe, close to downtown. Conroy DeLuche has details.
Police tell us neighbors heard gunshots just before 4 a.m.
The first thing I heard on the news was about a shooting down on Ray Street, and it's been less than a month that we had another shooting.
In that shooting, 33-year-old Adrian Sturgis later died from his injuries. This morning, police say they found 2 dead inside a car with no tags. The victims, 28-year-old Heather Grigsby and 44-year-old Shannon Goodwin. The coroner says both were killed by gunshots.
I'm tired of this happening. I'm just tired of it happening.
Billie Mallory is a community advocate who knows many of the neighbors.
They're afraid to sit out on their porches. They're afraid to let children play out in the yard. And I think that's just a very sad state for us to be in.
Lexington recently ranked as one of the safest cities in America, a standing that Mallory questions.
We sure not feeling that over here in the East End. And if there's any part of Lexington that's not safe, then I don't think it is a safe city, because everybody should feel safe, and we're certainly not feeling it over here.
Police say no witnesses came forward this morning and no one is in custody. Covering the news in Lexington, Conroy DeLuche, LEX 18 News.
A Lexington woman accused of beating, then leaving her husband for dead was back in court to face a new charge of arson. According to police, Carol Hignite beat her husband Leon and left him for several days before calling 911. He later died from his injuries. According to court records, when detectives went to search the home for evidence, they found a small fire in the basement. She wasn't charged with setting the fire until about a year and a half later.
The main suspect in the 2015 disappearance of Crystal Rogers has been found not guilty on 4 counts of felony theft. According to the Kentucky Standard, even though this case is unrelated, Crystal's family was in the Warren County courtroom yesterday. Brooks HOUCK was accused of taking thousands of dollars worth of shingles from the Lowe's in Bardstown. The trial was moved to Warren County due to fears there may be juror bias. HOUCK is Rogers' former boyfriend and the father of her youngest child. Detectives say Rogers was murdered. Her body has never been found.
The National Rifle Association's convention is being held in Indianapolis this week, and today Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin took the stage to speak. President Donald Trump spoke today at the convention, as well as protesters gathered outside Lucas Oil Stadium. Governor Bevin spoke just months after signing a controversial bill that expanded concealed carry rights in Kentucky.
Our state motto in Kentucky is a simple one. United we stand, divided we fall. It's powerful. It's absolutely true. You hear a lot about the gun lobby, the NRA, this nefarious gun lobby. You're the gun lobby. 5 million of us, we're the gun lobby. We're it. 5 million of us strong. United we stand, divided we fall.
The convention, which runs through Sunday, will feature 800 exhibitors.
Governor Matt Bevin isn't saying when he'll bring lawmakers back to the state capitol to deal with the state pension crisis, but says the special session will be coming up sooner than later. Bevin says he doesn't want the special session to compete with graduations and vacations. He recently vetoed a measure intended to give regional universities, county health departments, and other agencies relief from a spike in pension costs that will come July 1st. Lawmakers have said it's up to Bevin to craft the new bill, line up support, and commit to signing it.
We've just been watching the final race of the spring meet going by here, and I think that's my Derby horse right there. Everybody else is way down there. So that's pretty much par for the course, but what a terrific week we've had here in terms of the warmth. We've had a terrific spring meet at Keeneland as well. Just a couple of days that were less than perfect, but really it has been a terrific April. We're still seeing temperatures running low and mid 60s here at 6 o'clock, including the 64 at Lexington. Same in Richmond and Danville, same in Somerset and Williamsburg. Moorhead a little cooler at 61. We've got some rain nearby. It's been a windy afternoon. Winds are still gusting to 30 miles an hour, so that's still moving things around quite nicely outside. On the Max Track Live Doppler, we have got thunder showers going out along the Mountain Parkway and along Highway 460. You see them now running from Frenchburg down toward West Liberty. Back edge, though, has passed I-64. Pretty nasty little storm now in Floyd County headed into Pike County, moving its way onto the east. Future Track shows the end of the rain, and that's the end of the rain for about the rest of tonight and the first part of tomorrow. As we get into the day tomorrow, what will happen is clouds will increase once again, and with those clouds will come rain chances as we get you into the latter part of the day. We'll talk about that and the rest of your weekend in a couple of minutes.
Thank you, Bill.
Kentucky's Josh Allen was taken last night in the NFL draft by the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And he's about to be a very rich man.
Yes, he is.
Keith Farmer has more in your LEX 18 True Blue coverage.
You know, he was expected to go a little higher, but Josh Allen didn't mind waiting to find out the Jaguars wanted to take him with the overall 7th pick in the NFL draft. He was the 5th Wildcat to be taken in the top 10 and the 2nd first-rounder for head coach Mark Stoops. Bud Dupree was the other. Now, Allen opened eyes with the way that he rushed the passer last season for the Wildcats. 17.5 sacks for a guy that came to UK only as a 2-star linebacker. He goes to a Jacksonville team that was just 5-11 last year after going to the AFC Championship game the previous season, so he didn't mind sliding a little farther in the draft.
It is what it is. It's a draft. You know what I mean? You never know with the draft. Like I said, great players waited. And I feel like I waited, and I waited for the best opportunity for myself and for my family. I'm so grateful for the Jaguars for picking me, and I'm ready to get the word.
Allen is the first of several Wildcats that expect to have their names called over this weekend. Coming up in sports, We're going to tell you where you can see Josh play close to Lexington this coming season. There are several opportunities. Back to you.
Well, that'll be cool.
Yeah,
Thanks, Keith.
Good news. A Lexington high schooler is trying to start a new trend that she hopes will catch on quickly.
Simple acts start with a smile. Watch how she's helping students make a difference next.